I do not own the rights to any of this music. Okay, what I'm finna do right now, ladies and gentlemen, every now and then, I try to do listening sessions for the shows I'm doing on Blog Talk Radio. And what I want to do right now is do a listening session for the show that was aired on last Friday night. On that show, I had 3 guests that was on that show. 2 of my guests, Anissa Rebels, she debuted a new single entitled Stronghold on the show, and her album will drop on May the 1st, and we're going to try to get her back on the show on May the 8th to debut her album entitled Stronghold on the show on May the 8th. And also my dear brother Monte Cuba, he debuted 3 new singles from his album that's due to be released soon, entitled Learning. So once he drops the album, we're going to try to debut that album on the broadcast as well. So this is a listening session from last Friday night show. My special guest on that show, I just play the interview part of those shows, Anissa Rebels and Monte Cuban. Also, we had George Smith Jr. He was on with Monte Cuban. That's Gun Smitty. He's one of the vocalists for the group Straight Company. He did the bass line on the album for Monte Cuban. He was on the broadcast as well. So I'll just play you a little bit of that show.
Blog Talk Radio.
Stevie B's acapella gospel music blast.
Hey, Brother Clay, how you doing? Good to see you, my brother.
Productions presents Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast, playing your favorite acapella gospel songs from some of the world's greatest acapella artists. So sit back, relax, and listen to the sweet sounds of voices. Call in live to telephone 713-955-0508 or send us an email to srbutler1009@yahoo.com. So who's riding with Stevie B on the blast tonight? You're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
All right, that's good to hear, my brother. We will see
this
you
radio show is the
on
2018 nominee for the NACAMA, the National Academy Christian Acapella Music Artist Award. This radio show is being broadcast from the great state of North Carolina. This is Stevie B, and I'm the Blaster Master of Acapella Gospel Music. And according to Yvonne, the General Connor from Dayton, Ohio, she says Stevie B is the hardest working Christian DJ in the world today, bless her heart. And my brother Anthony Blunt, he's the radio host for the Gospel Train that airs on Sunday morning on 94.7 FM, WWBC 1510 AM in Rockledge, Florida. He said the same thing during an interview on his radio show. So it must be some truth to it. My brother Ali Zell from Fayetteville, North Carolina, he says Stevie B is the mouth of acapella gospel music. I like that. All right, let me get this big iron bird on up off the ground. I rubbed my 2 little coins together. I bought me an airplane, ladies and gentlemen. just taking off, and I'm flying 30,000 feet, and I'm dropping bombs everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking back Friday night for the Lord. Oh, yes, we are. For the next 3 hours, I want to play some of your favorite acapella gospel songs from Straight Artists That's Straight, from Southern Artists That's Straight, Company Dorian Paul, Company Acapella Chorus, and many, many more. I want to hear from our listeners. Now, you can give me a call to the live show at 713-955-0508. Or you can send me your emails to my new email address, butlersteve1009@yahoo.com, and let me know who's riding with me on the blast tonight. I'm trying to lift up your spirits with these inspirational songs on a Friday night. That's right. It's Friday night, and Stevie B is playing acapella gospel music. So turn up your spiritual ear.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
At the bottom of the hour, I'll be playing my song of the week. We want to feature a song, just tell you a little bit about the artist, and the artist that we'll be featuring for our song of the week will get 3 airplays on this show tonight. And we'll also be featuring my funny bones. You know I love those comedians because laughter is good for the soul. Also during the broadcast, I'll be doing my shout-outs. And these are just some people I've been in contact with, whether here on social media or just people I've been meeting on a daily basis here in my local area, right outside of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, who are listening to this radio show, and they just love acapella gospel music. And I'm actually meeting people who never even heard acapella gospel music. So it's just a thrill for me just to be able to introduce this great music to them that we get to enjoy here on The Blast, here on a Friday night. So I just want to show them some love and just let them know how much I appreciate their love and support for this radio show. I also have a new feature on the broadcast. That's my monthly triple spin. I'll be featuring an artist and just playing 3 of their singles for every show for the entire month of March. We'll also be featuring on the show my listener's choice. And these are just some songs my listeners have told me they want to hear. So I just tried to honor some of those requests. So you got Stevie B loose in the booth on the ones and twos.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, on tonight's show, I have some new singles from Gerald Barnett, Darryl Barnett, Teray Mack, Thurman Meadows. I just love Thurman Meadows. And One Hope in Christ, also Called by God. Acapella some more. And my brother Warren Blakely Jr. and many, many more. Also got some new funny bones on the broadcast tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special feature on the show tonight. We'll be debuting some new music from Anessa Rebels from Memphis, Tennessee, entitled Stronghold. Now, this is the title track of a new album that'll be due to be released on May the 1st, and we're going to try to debut that album here on this broadcast on May the 8th. And we also, there's a video that Anessa just released as well on YouTube for this title track for hers. Also, I'll be debuting some new music from my dear brother Monty Cuba out of Houston, Texas. We have 3 of his singles that we'll be debuting on the show tonight as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie B on the air.
You're in the mix with Stevie B, the Blaster Master of acapella gospel music.
We have my special guest on the broadcast tonight, Anessa Rebels from Memphis, Tennessee. Anessa, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. You know, I'm flying 30,000 feet.
I see.
Well,
That's mighty high, my brother.
Hey, well, since you're on the show with me tonight, you're flying 30,000 feet as well. So put on your seatbelt.
I got it on right now.
Now, Anessa, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to my listening audience for those who are not familiar with you?
Well, my name is Anessa Rebels. I am from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised, although I live in Olive Branch, Mississippi right now, but I am a in-town girl. I have been singing a cappella music for quite some time, since about the age of 14 years old. I am currently a song member of the group Ladies of God, but I have been doing some solo work on my own as well. So I love a cappella music. I love singing it day, morning, night, noon. It don't matter. I love to sing it. And I'm here tonight to share with all of the listening viewers what we've put together this year.
Well, we're looking forward to your new single. I heard it, and I've seen your video on YouTube as well, and I was really impressed. Now, what was the group you said you sung with?
The Ladies of God. We've been singing for about 8, yes, sir, out of Memphis, Tennessee. We've been singing for about 18 years now. Those are my ride or die sisters, and I love them to death. They're a great bunch of women.
Are they recorded?
We do have a CD. It's a little old, but we are planning to go in the studios here very soon to get out a new project. But yes, we've been around for a while.
Okay, I've never heard of that group. And that's the one thing I like about this radio show, because I'm not going to say I'm fairly new to acapella gospel music, because I've been singing all my life in the Lord's church. But there are a lot of artists that I'm not familiar with that's playing acapella, that's singing acapella gospel music since I've been doing this radio show. I've been doing this radio show for about 5 years. And I really didn't know what I was getting myself into.
I know you didn't.
But I'm thrilled about what's happening with this radio show because of all of the artists that are singing acapella gospel music. And there are some very talented groups that I'm discovering, and there's just some great music that's coming out. 2020 is starting off real well in regards to new music coming out in acapella gospel. So I just want to thank you for riding with us on the blast tonight.
No problem. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate you.
Now, I have some questions from my dear friend Linda Dilly. She's from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, and she wanted to be a part of this show, so she agreed to write all the questions for the artists that comes on the show. I just have a few of those questions I'll be asking you before we go off the air. Now, why don't you tell us about this new single that you have entitled Stronghold? Now, did you write this song?
I did. I wrote this song in about a day. I was going through something in life, which we all, go through. If you're a Christian, non-Christian, it don't matter. If you're a human being, you're going to go through something in life and go through storms. And so I was going through something in my life, and I felt like it had me bound. It had me just captured. And the words just started to flow in my mind about a stronghold and how we allow things that go on in our life to capture us, hold us down, and it keeps us from being what God intends for us to be. And so I sat down at my kitchen table one night and was just thinking about all the things I had gone through, and I just put these words together, and by the end of that night, this song came to life. So that's what Stronghold is about. It's about having things that go on in your life that we allow to capture us, to bind us, and how God does not want that for our lives, and that He's waiting on us whenever we decide to let it go.
Amen. Now, let me ask you one of these questions from Linda Dilly before I play your new single. And that is, what is the number one thing the listeners need to know about you?
That God is the head of my life. I'm a Christian woman. I have a giving spirit. I love how God has shaped my life with the good and the bad things that have gone on, how it has molded me today and made me who I am. I love uplifting God's people through songs, and I also love to help God's people with trying to meet them at their needs, whether it's a spiritual or physical or social need. I'm always willing to try to help those that are in need, or just uplift somebody or encourage somebody. That's who I am, or at least that's who I think I am.
Amen. Now this new single that you have, Stronghold, this is the title track of your new album, right?
That she just released, Stronghold.
Now you're going to release your new album on the 1st of May. Is that
on the
correct?
1st of May. That is
the
correct.
1st of May. Now we're going to try to have you on the show on May the 8th. That following week, so we can debut that album here on this broadcast, okay?
Most definitely.
All right, we're looking forward to hearing that album that you have. All right, let's go ahead and play your new singles entitled "Strong." I'm pronouncing your name Anessa. It's Anissa, right?
It's Anissa, correct.
Anissa, okay. We have a new single from Anissa Rebels from Memphis, Tennessee, entitled "Stronghold." Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this new single by Anissa Rebels. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
I've been trying, let the thing go. I've been trying, trying set a hold on me. I'm believing, yeah, you be strong, from you and me. See, I'm doing the very best, but sometimes the pain I it's not my way, it's not but there's trouble in me. Help me through it all. I know it is the Father. I give praise for the Son. I thank Him for the Spirit. Gonna help me overcome. Stronghold. Gotta let me be. Gotta let it be. I know. God's waiting on me. Stronghold. Gotta let me go. I can't let you know. Have my thoughts. I'd rather do right. Never easy, no. Rather be in light with no darkness fall. But every day I'm tempted, the devil's on his side.
That's a nice song.
That's why I keep praying and serving and praising and loving. When my time gets hard, Father, I give praise for the Son. I thank Him for the Spirit. Gonna help me overcome. Stronghold. Gotta let me be. Gotta let it be. I know. God's waiting on me. Stronghold. Gotta let me go. I can't let you know. Have my soul. Stronghold. Gotta let me be. Gotta let it be. I know. God's waiting on me. Stronghold. Gotta let me go. I can't let you know. Have my soul. I know it is the Father. I give praise for the Son. I thank Him for the Spirit. You Lord, help me overcome.
Shout out to Lori McDonald. She's from Commence City, Colorado. Lori McDonald, Stevie B, wants to give you a shout out.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hi, this is Jeremy Roberts, singer of No Mistakes and album I Forgive You, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, what up, guys? This is Melody Bailey, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone. You're listening to the Acapella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Anissa Rebels on the broadcast with us tonight. She's debuting a new single, Stronghold. Anissa, I think the Saints will be well pleased in what you produced here.
Well, I thank you so much, Stevie B. We've worked really hard on this new project this year, and I'm just excited about it. And I just wanted to get it out to everybody to see what everybody thinks about it, see if it uplifts somebody, because that's my main goal in writing songs, period, is just to reach people where they are and try to uplift somebody, to help them have a better day, a better outlook on life. So I'm just excited about this project, and I'm glad we had a chance to come on your show tonight to be able to debut it.
Hey, I certainly appreciate you sharing your new music with us, and I'm looking forward to May the 8th so we can hear the rest of your album.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. We look forward to seeing you and hearing you in all this time. This is the first time I've actually heard the show myself, but you can bet I will be listening to it every Friday night.
I know that's right. Certainly appreciate your support.
No problem.
Hey, Annette, I have one more question I want to ask you before I let you go. From
Yes,
Linda
sir.
Billy. And her question is, what is the number one thing the listeners... No, I asked you that one already. So what is your career goal in acapella gospel music?
Well, like I said, I've been singing music for a long time. My goals right now, because I've been a traveler, we've traveled all over the southern parts of the United States, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, through Georgia and all those different states. And so I've done the travel thing, and we're still kind of doing some traveling across the southern parts of the state. But I'm looking forward more in my career in writing more music. I started writing several years ago, kind of got stuck at one point and kind of went on a hiatus for several years, and I've recently started picking back up the pen to write more a cappella music. And so that's my goal that I'm looking at to continuing to do, is writing more songs, maybe not more for myself, but maybe more for others. So that's what I have planned for my future, if God says the same.
Do you find that writing comes easy or harder for you? How is that process?
I think it comes, it kind of varies. It comes from, life experience. It comes from listening and talking to others, and being able to put what they're telling you down into a song. So it's something that I have learned over the years that I enjoy doing. So it just depends on what you're going through and what you're seeing in life and what God is doing for you in your life, that you want to share that in a song or in some type of musical outlet. So it goes both ways. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I can't think of anything, and sometimes I can just sit at the table and, like I say, in a couple of hours I have a whole song written.
Now, this song, Stronghold, how long did it take you to write this song?
I wrote it in actually one day. That's how emotional I was about what I was going through, and I was able to just sit down and put those words together in one day.
I tell you, now what I normally do when I listen to music, songs that really speak to me, I play them over and over. I play them about 20 times, just listening to them.
Yes.
And this
one of them.
I've been playing it. And the message is in the music, and that's a great message that you have.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for riding with. Yeah, thank you for riding with us on the blast tonight, and we look forward to having you back on the show on May the 8th to debut your new album.
Yes, sir. I look forward to it. And thank all of your listeners, and have a wonderful and blessed night.
Thank you so much for riding with us on the blast. Vanessa Rebels, ladies and gentlemen, from Memphis, Tennessee.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Coming up next, I got a double play coming your way. My man Teray Mack from Jacksonville, Florida, he has a new single, Kind of Love. Now, this actually is a remix from Teray's 2016 album, Time to Move. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to love this song. This song also features Crystal Stevenson from Greensboro, North Carolina. And we debuted that new EP here on the show. It's entitled Rich. That was episode 146. And Teray Mack was the 2016 recipient of the NACAMA, National Academy Christian Acapella Artist Award for the New Artist of the Year. You're going to love this song by Teray Mack. And that'll be followed by a listener's choice. And I want to dedicate this listener's choice to my dear sister, Denise Finch from Charlotte, North Carolina. She wanted to hear the gospel airs out of Villanova, Pennsylvania. And they have a single, Jesus, He's All Right. This is the title track from the 1990 album, Jesus, He's All Right. Enjoy my double play, Teray Mack and the gospel airs. You got Stevie B on the 1 cent.
Mad music on, keep it
When I talk about the love of Jesus Christ, I have a testimony, and in the end you will see what my Jesus made to me. Through all the roughest times and darkest nights of my life, He was there for me. And but that's the kind of love I need. So give me that saving kind of love. I need that kind of love. The kind of love that sets me free. Really shows for you and me. I need forgiving. I don't need Jesus. That it makes me hard to see. But that's the kind of love I need.
I have never seen anyone like you. I've searched all over, no one can do what you do. Make no mistake about it, man, you can't replace. While I run through, there is something about that man I just can't understand. It takes away my fear, but all I need, all I can unconditional love.
I need that kind of love. He is always there on time.
I know my Jesus is alright. Funny, but
That's the kind of love I need.
the only kind of love for me.
There ain't no love, no love, no love. There ain't no love, no love, no love.
Like you.
There ain't no
Jesus, Jesus, He's alright. My Jesus, my Jesus, my I have a friend on whom I can depend. I wanna tell you, Jesus, He's alright. Oh, I wanna tell you about Jesus. He's my way maker. He's my when I was in pain, don't you know He restored me again? He opened up His arms and said, come in. Took away my deepest stain. His mercy poured down like rain. It took away my burden and all my sin. And I just gotta tell you about Jesus. Oh, He's a way maker. Oh, He's a burden taker. He's alright, 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 alright. Lord, I know You're on my side and I can take it. Lord, I know You're on my side and I can make it. I know You're with me. Lord, I know You guide me, You help me, You keep me, You bless me, You hold me, You hold me, You take me, You take me, You take me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a listener session from the live show from Blog Talk Radio. This past Friday night was episode 171. And my special guest on that show was Vanessa Rebels, debuting a new single from her entitled Stronghold. And also, special guest to be coming up after this song is Monte Cuba and George Smith Jr. Gunsmith from Slate Company. Monte will be debuting 3 new singles.
Thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you.
Enjoy this listening session.
Thank you, Lord. I just wanna thank You, my Lord. Yeah, 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 yeah. My Jesus. My Jesus.
I want to give a shout out to Deborah King. She's from Washington, D.C. Deborah King. Stevie B wants to give you a shout out.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hello, I'm Thurman Metters with the Ministry Church of Christ Adult Chorus, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
We're United from Houston, Texas, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone. You're listening to the Acapella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Coming up next, we have my special guest, Monte Cuba from Houston, Texas. Monte, how you doing, my brother?
I'm all right, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. And we also have my man, Gun Smitty. He's one of the vocalists for the group Straight Company. How you doing, Gun Smitty?
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Hey, now you guys, Monte, you just released you haven't released your album yet, but you released 3 singles that going to debut on the broadcast tonight. Why don't you give us the introduction for our listeners who are not familiar with you? Gun Smith, I'll let you do the same in just a minute, okay?
All right, yeah, I'm Monte Cuba. I've been out of the circle for about 3 years, but I'm a formerly member of the Soul Influence, and I've still singing or whatnot. But I just kind of been on some medical issues for the last 3 years, and that's what inspired me to do my second album through the ordeals and stuff that I've been through for the last 3 years. So that is everything is inspired by that.
Now, what's the name of your album?
Learning. It's learning. Basically, the title behind it is learning to trust in God through all the trials and tribulations and things that you go through in life.
Now, when can we expect to hear that album, Monty?
Well, we're hoping, it would have been out now, but due to the facts of life we having right now, through the epidemic and stuff like that, we hopefully by the end of April.
Sounds good. Now, once you release it now, you got to bring it back to the show so we can air it on the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, let me go ahead and bring Gun Smitty in. Gun Smitty, why don't you introduce yourself to my listeners, for those who may not be familiar with you?
My name is George Smith Jr., a.k.a. the Big Gun Smitty, Smitty of Straight Company. I have been with the group for 16 years, and we are still growing strong, still singing and ministering to God's people. We too are on the verge of release. We are heavily at work, and yes, because of the times we have been slowed down as well, but we are still praying that God will allow us to have a speedy ending to the work, and that we can enjoy the harvest very soon. So be looking for Straight Company's next project. It should come out very, very soon.
Well, we waiting on it, Gun Smitty.
Yeah, believe it or not, the group is too. I know a lot of times we kind of, it seems like the artist is just as excited as the fans. We like to enjoy, the fruits of our labor.
Now, Gun Smitty, you did some work on Monty's album, correct?
I was privileged and blessed enough to be asked to lay some bass tracks on a couple of his songs, and I believe that the work was successful. I'm praying that the people are blessed.
Now, we're going to find out here in just a minute. I got some of your tracks. Hey, Monty, now we're going to play 3 of your singles that you're releasing just today. And Through the Storm is the first one that we want to play. And that'll be followed by Today, and then Jesus Is His Name. You want to give us the backstory for those songs before we play them?
Yeah, but Through the Storm is basically when I was going through my storm in life. And it's kind of a present and a past tense song. Basically, it talks about as I go through my storm, there's some people who's going through a storm worse than I am. So why should I be the one who always complain about what's wrong with me? I should just be blessed with what God's given me and blessed me to be on this side of time of life, and pray for those who are less fortunate and who needs more help than I do.
Amen.
Today, basically, it entails I can't worry about yesterday. A lot of us, we worry about what's going on, what happened yesterday or the day before.
Hey,
you know what? Those days are gone. I got to worry about today, what I can do for somebody tomorrow, what I can do for somebody today. So I can't reflect on what's happening because God don't only promise us, He don't even promise us tomorrow. So just live for today.
Amen.
And yes, sir. Yes, sir. And basically, Jesus, this was kind of a most recent song that I've written. Basically, I guess it's good timing right now for it because due to, we can't shake nobody's hand, we can't hug our loved ones, we can't hug our friends. We have this 6 foot spacing. you know what? After all that's said and done, you know what? The one thing that we can always shake hands with and hug and be close with, and that's Jesus. And all you have to do is call his name. He's always going to be like that.
Don't preach. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some new music from Monte Cuba, Through the Storm today, and Jesus is his name. That'll be a triple play. Hey, gentlemen, thank you for riding with us on the blast tonight. Certainly appreciate it.
Amen. All right. Thank you.
Enjoy this triple play. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
Stevie B, Gospel Music Blast.
Through the storms, there will be sorrow, there will be pain, count it on joy, through the rain, you don't have to worry, you don't have to cry, Jesus will help you through the storm. It's 2 in the morning, you get that call, a loved one is hurting, good and all. You ask yourself, what you gonna do? Trust in Jesus, he will help you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the listening session from the show this past Friday night. That was episode 171 on Blog Talk Radio. You can listen to these on-demand episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple iTunes. You can also listen to them on YouTube or wherever you're getting your favorite podcast from. Just type in your search bar, Stevie B's Media Productions, and you should be able to see all of my on-demand episodes, all right? That was a great show. Really had a great time on that broadcast. I'm playing some of the world's greatest acapella gospel music artists on that radio show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this listening session. This is episode number 16 of my listening sessions. I'm Stevie R. Butler, a.k.a. Stevie B. Peace, peace, peace. And I'll see you, Lord say so, on the other side. God bless. Enjoy the show.